Welcome in to this Wednesday morning edition, Blue Sky Live. Here with you today, Chase Parham and Neal McCready. No one in the Clark Ford studio, but we'll get to that in a minute. Neil is in Palm Springs, California, Palm Desert, California, after the Ole Miss Rebels basketball team last night loses its first game of the season, 74-69 to the Iowa Hawkeyes. We'll talk about that at some point on today's show. Does Ole Miss play Grand Canyon or Utah at midnight? Neil, who
Utah
is it?
at 9 p.m. Pacific time, so 11 p.m. there in the Central Time Zone.
That sounds fun.
Yes, doesn't it?
It does, yes. So 74-69 Hawkeyes over the Rebels last night. Again, we'll get to that here in a little bit. The big news of the day, the college football playoff rankings coming out last night. We're getting close to the end. Only one more set of rankings, I guess, prior to the final ones. So we'll discuss that. Ole Miss falling to number 7. I think that it was simply a matter of the overall stats, but we'll get into that a little bit as the day goes on and the show goes on this morning. A show brought to you every day by Blue Sky locations all over the state of Mississippi, up and down I-55 throughout North Mississippi as well. They take care of you with Sweet Daddy stops at most of those locations. Everything from lunch specials to, hey, they smoke your turkey if you want to get it to them today. I kind of forgot about that, but they will do that. Take him a turkey today, 24 hours notice. They will smoke that bad boy and have it ready for you tomorrow at any Sweet Daddy's location. So, brisket, pulled pork, side items, wrap it up, ready to go. Got a lot going on, got family in town, let them help you. And again, neither one of us are there, but we'll soon be back in the Clark Ford studio.
We will. Clark Ford is in Amory, Mississippi, 662-257-1900. Call that number. Ask for our buddy Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours, right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote, and it's up to you. After that, you can take your quote, you can shop it around. You can do what I've done, what I recommend that you do. Let's hop into a Clark Ford today. Corey and the people at Clark Ford, they want to be your car guy. They want to be your truck guy. They'll prove to you what that means when you make the call. 662-257-1900. Guests join on the Campbell Clinic hotline, from fractures and sports injuries to complex limb and spine conditions. The pediatric orthopedic physicians at Campbell Clinic in Oxford are the only specialized pediatric orthopedic team in North Mississippi, providing expert care for growing bodies. Visit campbellclinicoxford.com to schedule an appointment or call 901-759-3111. Chase mentioned my being at the Ole Miss Iowa game last night. Our coverage of Ole Miss men's basketball is brought to you by Funky's, right there on the square in Oxford. I guess they'll be open late tonight. You can at least watch the first half tonight at Funky's, but also obviously the Egg Bowl on Friday if you're not making the trip to Starkville, or if you need a break from Black Friday shopping over the weekend, stop by Funky's, have a slice, have a daiquiri, have a drink. You can't go wrong at Funky's just off the square in Oxford.
I've been telling you the last couple of days, no pressure, no need. Just have a now Venmo as an option if you want to send a super chat. You can still send the super chats. Just they send a lot of money to Google, trying to avoid that. So if you do that, please put capitalized Venmo in your comment on YouTube, Twitter, wherever you're commenting from. That would help me see it. Make sure that I give you the due that you deserve, and then I'll have the Venmo page up as well if you ask a question there. So just giving you a heads up on that. Also, thanks to everybody who was in Memphis last night. Had a book signing last night. Saw several of you guys who were in the stream most every day. It was our most successful out of town book signing to date. So I do appreciate all you guys that either were at Iris for the cocktail event or for the signing there at Novel, cool bookstore in Memphis. Got a restaurant, got a bar right there in the bookstore. You can just grab a cocktail while you walk around and do all your purchasing. So you know, anywhere that has the alcohol available at the same time, it's not a negative. So that's a positive there for you as you figure it out. So anyway, a lot to get to. You tired, Neil? You hanging in? You actually seem a little better than I am right now. I'm impressed.
Um, I'm tired, but I'm okay. I took a nap yesterday, which was smart because I knew that the time crunch was going to get me today. Um, Went for a long walk in Palm Desert, kind of explored, walked a long way. Um, yeah, got in late. The setup's not great at the arena. It's a nice arena. They have a professional hockey league team there, and then they have a hockey rink that's attached to the building, and the locker rooms are kind of off near the hockey rink, and so I it was a little kind of cramped quarters. It was just me and Chris Beard and Murphy Holloway afterwards. So I heard someone on the board referred to it as a press conference. It really wasn't a press conference. It was me and a kind of frustrated Chris Beard for about 4 minutes. That was the extent of it. So I got back here and wrote, and then kind of made myself go to bed.
So Murphy was doing the radio at the same time you were asking stuff too?
Yeah, I think he was just recording.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah.
odd?
I mean, just the whole setup was kind of odd because as we were doing that, the Utah team was getting out of the locker room and down the stairs so they could get to the floor. There was just a lot of people.
Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Everybody's wanting to talk about the playoff rankings. There's several dovetail things from this from yesterday. I was in last night. I was not aware. I was busy. I was doing all the stuff, and I get texts blowing up about Ole Miss moving to number 7. And I will give myself credit on this. I thought that was a guarantee. I was going to be concerned for Ole Miss had they fallen to 8 by some weird chance, which I didn't expect, but that was the one that shocked me at that point, or would have shocked me at that point. So top 5, no changes. Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, Georgia, Texas Tech. That feels pretty set at the moment. Oregon at number 6, they jump Ole Miss, falling to number 7. Oklahoma up to number 8. They're in really good shape to not only get in but likely host if they win out here at this point. At number 8, Notre Dame at 9, Alabama at 10, BYU at 11, Miami at 12. Okay, Miami's a weird one because while they're ranked 12th, they do not have a clear path to be the ACC champion. So I do not like their chances of actually getting in. That is going to be replaced for the 11 seed by an ACC champion, and Miami would need a ton of help at this point for that to be them. So don't get focused on the Miami portion of this bracket. We're talking about SMU. We're talking about other people here instead of. I'm just really trying to get SMU, I guess, still nil. But anyway, one of those teams here as we move forward on that. Utah at 13, Vanderbilt still very much alive at 14, with only 2 losses, and then Michigan at 15. I think that's where we kind of can cut it because Texas has 3 losses. I think these are the teams that we are to some level considering at this point as we move forward. And here's the deal: is last night, I don't even know what Brett McMurphy tweeted and then deleted. People keep talking about it. I didn't see it. I don't know. But Hunter Yurachek, who's now the head of the College Ball Playoff Committee, took the place of Mack Rhodes, who stepped down after getting into an altercation on the sidelines with Michael Trigg Jr. or Michael Trigg earlier, which I know we're all blown away by all sides of that. Baylor administrator acting like an idiot, and then Michael Trigg being involved in something.
I mean, that is a lot to
The
digest.
free spaces of all free spaces all the way around there at that juncture. So yeah,
let
it's
me
great.
let me take a minute to see if I can put that into okay, I'm good.
Yes. So not shocked there. Here's the deal: is Yurachek I thought was interesting. He said that this had no bearing on the Kiffin ordeal, and then the sentence that I don't know what to make out of on this, and I'll get to the other part in a second, is he says there's no data point to see Ole Miss without Kiffin. Well, there's not going to be a data point to see Ole Miss without Kiffin prior to the selection. Is that a
I mean, there could be.
misrepresentation of what he meant to say? Well, I mean, it would require the SEC championship he doesn't coach, but I'm not
Right.
going like outside of that. Let's say it goes scratch at this moment, which is Ole
Okay.
Miss wins the Egg Bowl, they're in. Do you think that was a lapse in the way he spoke, or do you think that was a tell that they require an actual game or movement in a new situation to factor it in your opinion?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a big fan of his, and so I don't really. I'm not going to parse his words. I don't know. I don't know whether it was a lapse or whether he was. I don't honestly don't have an opinion on it, Chase. I know that's not very good podcasting, but it's the honest truth. I don't. I think he's kind of in over his head right now. I think he's not a very good athletic director, and so it's difficult for me to believe that. I mean, I'm being serious. He's not. So it's difficult for me to believe that he's going to do some bang up job on the committee or that he's going to be the voice that shapes everything.
I think I agree with that. I'm going to get to a couple of you guys Venmos real quick in a minute. Wicked Brew, appreciate you. He's asking about Chris Lowe, Brett McMurphy, and others. I'm going to talk about that, but I'm going to do it in a little different segment. But thank you. Definitely going to get to your question. Appreciate you sending that. I'm just going to keep that on schedule a little bit, but not going to forget you there. And then Eric, appreciate you. Says probably going to answer this, but I'll donate if Ole Miss wins Friday. Do we stay in top 8? Neil, what did Lincoln Riley say about the Ole Miss job? Lincoln Riley, I'll go ahead and give it away. One of the names we're going to take off the list today. He talked about staying last night, and that was not going to be a thing. I mean, it wasn't that no one checked, but that has not been a serious consideration. It sounds like at this point. So we'll get to some of that as the show goes on. But appreciate you two guys here this morning. So I don't think that the movement last night had anything to do with Kiffin speculation or anything along those regards. I've talked about this guy in the past. I really trust Adam McClintock when it comes to these college football playoff projections because here's the truth. They really haven't changed their format on how they pick these teams since 2014. They're still following a lot of the same metrics they have for the last whatever years, even though we're going from 4 to 12 at this point, and how because they even then rank the top 25. So it's still the same process. It just changes in some of the ways that the actual teams are picked there. And he did this he projects ahead of time and then explains why that is as it moves forward. And he went 16 for 16 last night. So there's no reason not to pay attention to what he's saying. Again, you can parse through where they have selective metrics for different things, but he's very good at even predicting how they're going to use these selective metrics. So it's about Ole Miss and Oregon right here, also about Oklahoma. But let's focus on Ole Miss and Oregon. And while it definitely looks on the surface like Oregon beating USC was recency bias and simply moving them ahead of Ole Miss because of that, it is a little deeper because I trust this guy. Again, you can take it for what you're worth, but what you think it's worth. But I've seen a lot of evidence here over time. Here's what he says. So Ole Miss, they were projected at number 7. They're at number 7. Strength of schedule 66, quality wins 3, top 25 wins 2, game control 17. Let me take a second to say that I hate game control being involved to every fiber of my being. I completely think it's ridiculous. I am against it in every way, and I think it should not be considered. But it is considered, so I'm mentioning it. Fair? Okay.
Yes, more than
That's
fair.
where we are. He says, if you followed last week, I said if Oregon beat USC, this would likely happen. Has nothing to do with Kiffin's situation. Strength of schedule slipped lower than the Ducks, and they also have 7.4 points less of game control. Simple as that. Oregon, going to them next, strength of schedule at 49. So again, 49 to 66. Oregon ahead of Ole Miss. 4 quality wins to 3. Again, I don't fight me. I'm just reading from the criteria at this point.
Sure.
Top 25 wins, only 1. That's a negative for Oregon versus Ole Miss. Their only one is the USC game. Because Ole Miss definitely has the better win. That's not even close from that standpoint. There's no doubt. And then their game control, 24.4. That is where it's sitting. He says the Ducks jumped Ole Miss, as I talked about last week, due to their jump in strength of schedule. Game control was already in place to do so. Huge bump in strength of schedule. It was inevitable. Win versus Washington, and the Ducks will host a playoff game. That is what he said there. Again, make of it what you will. Texas Tech is a little bit of an outlier that I don't like some of the metrics that they use at the same time because they are getting incredible boost from game control stats. Texas Tech has beaten the holy hell out of everyone they've played, and their game control is 30.5, which is way higher than anybody else at this point. Strength of schedule down at 91, but they have 3 quality wins, 3 top 25 wins. Yeah, they actually think they'll get a bye if there's certain things that happen in the conference championship games. McClintock thinks Texas Tech could move up into the 4 because of some of these metrics as well. So that's not our problem for right now, not something to talk about, but it is worth mentioning. I guess I'm saying all this to point out that I do not think this had anything to do with public sentiment last night whatsoever. I do think this is metrics backed. You can argue, but I'm reading through the numbers as they are in front of me. 66 does feel low about strength of schedule, but they're not even. Schedules are not even. I mean, Texas A&M has the same problem should they lose games. I mean, they would have been in a world of hurt if they were not 12-0 or 11-0 or whatever they are, 11-0 right now, as they are there. Georgia, for example, has a strength of schedule of 39. If Ole Miss had a 39 strength of schedule, they would be 6, not 7 right now. That is a difference
Yeah.
that we are sitting as we have this conversation because Georgia has a worse game control than Ole Miss. But the strength of schedule in with it is why Georgia is sitting there where they are currently.
Has he
Um,
projected what happens if Ole Miss beats Mississippi State? Just the numbers?
Not that I have seen. Yeah,
Okay.
not that I have seen yet. I guess we'll get back to that. I think Ole Miss is going to host if they win on Friday. Based off what I know at this point, what I'm seeing from the committee, it's my opinion. I could be wrong. I
Brett
think they are hosting and they're
McMurphy.
safe.
Brett McMurphy says they're not.
So could not, but Brett McMurphy has gone full click farming since he moved over. I mean, we are. I don't want to hear anything from some of these traditional national media members ever freaking
No,
again
ever again.
because they are worse than 90% of the team site guys at this point. They suck.
Ever again. Some of these people have sold out. They went over to On3 after careers of making fun of people like me who left the traditional media, and now they're working for. I mean, let's keep this real. They're working for a company that is click, 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 and they're clicking. I mean, there's no other explanation. You cannot. I don't care who's coaching Ole Miss. If they go 11-1 and one of the wins was at Oklahoma, you can't take 10-2 Oklahoma and jump Ole Miss. It doesn't math. It doesn't happen. So like the even to discuss that as a possibility is absurd.
It's so
It's
ridiculous.
absurd. I mean, you want to do the Oregon, Texas Tech, Ole Miss in a bundle thing? Sure. Absolutely. Go for it. But you can't, the moment that you do, look, if Lane Kiffin leaves, I mean, I think they could fall 2 spots. Well, one of the teams that would jump them, Brett, is Oklahoma, who Ole Miss beat in Norman. And Ole Miss would be 11-1, and they would be 10-2. Brett, make it make sense. And I'm not knocking Oklahoma. They've had a phenomenal close to the season. Brent Venables has done a great job. But the fact is, Ole Miss went there and won the game in their stadium. I was there. I saw it. It happened. I mean, they kept scoring everything. You can find the box score and everything, Brett. I mean, they kept all the stats. It was a really fun game. It was a good game. I'm a big fan of Norman. It was fun. It was great atmosphere. It was a good time, but they kept score.
And Ole Miss had more points at the end. 8 of
And
them.
at the end, Ole Miss had a higher number of points than Oklahoma did. And everybody talked about it in press conferences and everything. And so I don't really understand that line of thinking, honestly. I don't even know where it's coming from. Like, I've had people go, well, that's CAA. I mean, I don't even think CAA's that brazen. I don't, and in a world where they are, I mean, look, I've got a litany of issues with some of what happened last night, and I'm trying to be cool with it because the last time I really got upset at other media, I lost friends. But sometimes it just because someone tells you to say something doesn't mean you should say it. I mean, anybody that's worked in this field have had coaches or whatever say, hey, can you write something? And my answer is always, I don't know. Tell me first. I mean, I'm not going to make a promise. And so if the argument is, and I can't prove that this is or isn't happening. I think I know which way I'd bet. But if the argument is, hey, let's really push this narrative that Ole Miss is going to fall if Kiffin doesn't coach, so that Ole Miss is pressured to let Kiffin coach. I would submit to you that you're not going to get in return what you think you're going to get. You're not. And so at least apply logic to it. So if you're going to argue that this is coming unless, I just have a fundamental issue with it, and it has nothing to do with Ole Miss. I mean, this is a journalism thing. This is people that you use as sources over the course of your career are apparently pressuring you to play out a narrative that is ridiculous. If Ole Miss beats Mississippi State, I just don't see a way for them to fall below the 7. If they lose to Mississippi State, they're falling out of this thing. It's over. It's done.
They would need a ton of help to stay in.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, if Ole Miss loses on Friday, they're out. But if they win on Friday, I don't see how they fall below the 7. And if there's some chaos above them, they could move up. But there's no, and I don't care where Lane goes on Saturday or Sunday or Monday or.
I mean,
whatever.
I guess you're right, and I'm not trying to derail you. I guess I'm just looking at it. I guess in theory, Vanderbilt loses to Tennessee, Alabama loses to Auburn, and Michigan loses to Ohio State.
I mean, yeah, you have to have a lot.
Because somebody's got to get in. But yeah, I get what you mean.
But I mean, if we're on one hand going to dismiss Ole Miss's chances to make the SEC championship game, I think on the other hand, we have to be somewhat dismissive of all of that happening, right? Sure. I mean, you would have to have a lot of help. And in that world, you would absolutely not host, and it would be a very disappointing outcome.
Yeah. And I'm with you. I mean, I think they are 6 to 8 if they win.
Who's the 8?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's 8 right now?
Yes.
Well, then they can't fall to 8.
Unless Notre Dame jumps on both or something. I don't know.
Who's Notre Dame play this week?
I don't know. We'll see. Everybody hang with me.
I mean, the question is,
So no.
The question is, does the committee start manipulating matchups to get certain outcomes? You know, I don't know the answer to that. Who's right now 9, 10, 11?
Notre Dame's 9, Bama's 10, BYU's 11.
Okay.
Yeah. Get into a bracket in a minute. We'll continue to have this conversation, and then we'll go into why Neal is saying some of the things that he is currently regarding other media members and their stupidity or their agreements or whatever you want to call it at this point. So we'll go there in a minute. First, AnySpark, the fastest, most reliable fiber internet option available. Whether you're streaming the Rebels or connecting with family and friends, that for both residential and business packages with speeds up to 2 gigabits. To learn more or register for service, visit nespark.com. AnySpark, get connected and stay local.
We're also brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Different names, same great people, products, and services. If you haven't gotten your heater checked out, probably should do that soon. If you live in Oxford, Batesville, Tupelo, give Comer a call, 662-801-1777. If you live in Memphis or that North Mississippi area, call Southern, 662-429-4429. Oxford locals, Ole Miss families, if you need dry cleaning or laundry done right, Lapel's Dry Cleaning has you covered. Proudly serving the Oxford community since 2016, Lapel's takes care of everything from suits and formal dresses to comforters and everyday laundry. Even better, they offer free pickup and delivery to make life easier. Just call 662-638-3149 to be added to their pickup and delivery route, or visit them at 3010 Old Taylor Road, right across from the Mark Condominiums. Mention Rebels 24/7 or MPW Digital. Get 50% off your first order. We're brought to you by ENT Physicians of North Mississippi, as the largest private ENT practice in the state. Their goal is simple: delivering fast, expert, comprehensive care for patients of all ages with ENT, allergy, sinus, dizziness, balance, and voice-related needs. With same-day or next-day appointments with ENT urgent care for that annoying cough or sore throat, in-office CT scans, and same-day allergy testing, and access to their comprehensive audiology team, offering a full range of services from hearing aids and custom hearing protection to potential surgical options. ENT Physicians of North Mississippi are committed to removing barriers to care. They now have new locations in New Albany and Starkville, in addition to Tupelo, Corinth, and more. Get more details at entnorthmississippi.com or call 662-844-6513. Are you retiring soon? How long should you wait to take Social Security? What accounts should you pull from first? Are you already retired? Should you consider Roth conversions? These are just some of the questions that can only be answered with the personalized retirement income plan. Andrew Seago with Seago Wealth Management specializes in helping folks just like you come up with their retirement game plan. Whether you meet at his office in Collierville or prefer Zoom from anywhere, schedule a free discovery meeting. See what they can do for you. It's rebelsretire.com. And we're brought to you by Arnett's Fine Jewelry. If you're Christmas shopping and jewelry is on your list, I recommend Arnett's. It's a fourth-generation jeweler located in the old Lamons building on North Lamar Avenue in Oxford. They basically offer everything you could want in jewelry: engagement rings, wedding bands, stackable diamonds, genuine stone bands, pearls, genuine color stones, diamond jewelry, flexible bangles, diamond pendants, earrings, and everything else you're looking for at Arnett's. They want to be your jeweler.
Podcast is brought to you by the Jackson Graber Group, a GMFS mortgage, local trusted mortgage lender right here in Oxford. Help all home buyers with first home, new construction, refinances. Got great condo financing as well. That's a little trickier, a little different. So take advantage of that. In-house processing, underwriting, servicing, and more. Wide range of loan options, construction, and more. So again, to buy a home, refinance, or just have questions, that is gmfsmortgage.com/JGG. 662-762-4502. Podcast also brought to you by Horn Legend. That's hornlegend.com. Been showing you all the great goods that they have available. And they've got some Black Friday deals coming. 20% off when you buy 2 or more items. 30% off when you buy 5 or more items. Now through December the 2nd. Biggest deal of the year. Again, right there at hornlegend.com. They make a good point. Maybe the way you get jumped by somebody is if Bama wins the SEC title. Because they're 10.
Oh,
Could they
yeah.
catapult you?
Yeah, I guess
we're
so.
speculating, but I get that thought at least.
So what happens to Ole Miss if they play in the SEC title game and lose it?
They're not going to get punished for that, I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's only the second loss, too. Now, I don't think they can get a bye, obviously. They wouldn't be a top 4, but yeah, they would fall somewhere in that 5 to 8 range at that point, in my opinion.
Because, you'd rather be 11-1 than 11-2.
You would, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, that's true. Oh, God. I know. All right, so a bracket today. Here's what a bracket would look like today. First round games. Oklahoma would host Notre Dame in Norman. That'd get some clicks, get some eyeballs.
It'd be a good day
Be a
for
hell
the
of a
TV
game.
people. Good day for the TV people.
The winner of that would play Ohio State in the quarterfinals
Okay.
somewhere. Texas Tech would play Tulane and John
Okay.
Sumrall in a first round game. The winner of that would play the Georgia Bulldogs as of today.
Okay. All right.
Oregon would host the ACC winner. Right now, again, Miami the highest ranked, but they're not the team that has the best chances to get in. You got Pitt, you got SMU, you got other people there out of the ACC.
Okay.
The winner of that would play Texas A&M.
Okay.
And then you have Indiana waiting on the winner of Ole Miss and Alabama in Oxford.
It'd be interesting. You'd have Kane Womack against Charlie Weiss, and we found out yesterday that he don't know what he's doing. It's all Lane. Charlie just calls some plays. It's Lane's offense. Charlie just shows up every day and sweeps the floors. Interesting.
Speaking of, Neil's reference there. This tweet yesterday.
I don't even know what I figure Charlie gets up in the morning, heads to the office, buys some donuts.
You think he's like a glazed donut guy or like a cake donut guy?
Well, he gets whatever everybody tells him to get. These aren't for him;
okay.
these are for the staff. Fixes Lane's matcha or whatever, and then goes out to practice and just kind of stands around. Goes to the film. He probably watches some cartoons while everybody else watches the defense, and then he just reads off a call sheet on game day. Pretty simple.
You can do it. I can do it.
Who couldn't do it?
It's all itemized for him right there.
I don't know that. Listen, what I'm beginning to hear is if if Lane weren't in the building, I don't know that they would know how to get to the field.
Well,
I
he
mean,
does
that
take that
seems,
picture a lot of mornings of the field from the tunnel.
yeah,
So maybe
yeah. I
that.
mean, maybe he's doing that so that guys, when he's not there, guys will know like what direction to walk. That seems to be the
Ole
national
Miss,
narrative.
Ole Miss puts out a tweet crediting, complimenting, announcing Charlie Weiss moving on in the Broyles Award race. Best assistant coach in college football. That's what that's for anybody unaware.
Yeah.
493.8 yards per game, third in college football, first in the SEC. Quote tweet from On3 reporter Chris Lowe says, in quotes, or not in quotes, just this is what he said, I'm quoting. It's Kiffin's offense,
He
but
took the
Weiss is the
quotes off.
primary play caller. Yes, sorry. Unlike Kiwan, quotes came off here. It's Kiffin's offense, but Weiss is the primary play caller. Rebels are the only team to rank in the top 15 nationally in total offense among Power 4 teams each of the last 3 years, and one of three teams, along with Notre Dame and Oregon, to rank in the top 20 in scoring. Because that qualifier is always necessary with a coordinator going up for the Broyles Award. I mean,
Yes.
full context there. Good Lord.
Yes.
Oh.
I will say that one was it, given some of the other conversations that I had yesterday, that was interesting to me.
Well, I don't think. I mean, it's not. It's not. It's pretty translucent right now, at least. I mean, come on,
I mean,
come on. Combined with everything else. Oh, I didn't know Tyler did that. That's funny. Um, my stream says Tyler Jordan replying to Lowe with "You left the quotes off of this." I did not see that. That's good. It's fair. Oh, the Connie's
it's
blueberry donuts are really good. Those are awesome. You like the Connie's blueberry donuts?
I've never had a Connie's blueberry donut.
Have you not? Really?
I've not.
Oh yeah, really good.
I've never even heard of Connie's blueberry donuts until today.
Yes. Uh huh. Get you a chicken biscuit with some gravy on it and some blueberry donuts. It's a well balanced breakfast. Got protein, got
Yeah.
carbs, got
Sleep for a
protein and
long time.
carbs.
If I did that right now, I would sleep for several hours.
There is a lot of water toting going on right now. It is not really even subtle. But here's
But
my deal.
why? But
Okay, that's
why?
where I'm going. Yeah, that's where I'm
Okay.
going.
Okay.
Because what do we know? We know that Lane would like to coach the playoffs, but he's not going to be given that opportunity. I feel very strongly about that. Both those things. It's true. The blueberry donuts also have fruit. I mean, what's not to like? Um, we know that there is definitely a what seems to be, for whatever reason you want to say, an organized campaign to maximize in media Kiffin's absence if he is absent. Is that putting pressure on Ole Miss potentially? Is that
What
what
do
is
you
the
think?
goal of that? I don't know. That's what I'm thinking through it as we're talking.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
here's my problem, though.
Yeah.
I think that's possible. I'm not ruling it out. But how do we reconcile that in conjunction with the fact that Lane will not, under any circumstances, fight for his own team? Because it's abnormal, it's weird. As pointed out on the board last year, Lane went scorched earth on the 9-3 Rebels getting in that lost 3 games, including 2 clunkers. And yet
Literally, it was the
he
only time in
spent
6 years. Only time in 6 years that I've been in his office was to talk about playoff stuff. He was just campaigning for Ole Miss to get in at 9-3.
he spends 90 seconds on A&M 4 weeks ago and how they should be higher than number 3 and going crazy about them. And by God, even given every opportunity, including the question in front of him, he will not brag on his own football program in relation to the CFP at all. So why?
I don't know.
Because he can't not want them to get in and want to coach them. That makes no sense.
I mean, this isn't fair. I mean, I'm spitballing. I don't know. I mean, is it possible that he wants them to win and not get in because he leaves? I mean, I don't think so. I don't
I
know
mean, I
what this
do
is
buy
about.
that there. I do buy that there could be pressure. It could be. Could I do not know this. That it could be pressure on Ole Miss to keep him because he wants it as maximized as possible. That if he's not there, they're out or on the road or whatever the consequence is, if you will. I mean,
So
I
this
can
is
get
a,
there in my head.
so you're saying this is as simple as he wants to have. He doesn't eat cake. He wants to have his sushi and eat it too. I mean, he wants to be able to go take another job. Because listen, I'm going to repeat this because it becomes bigger every single day. And I know there are people on the message board that think this is mean. There are people out there that think that you are doing damage. In a world where Lane Kiffin is thinking about staying, is actually considering staying, every day that goes by that there's more of this is makes it perhaps the worst public relations campaign in history. It is egregious. And I know people go, oh, there's no damage. Yeah, there is. There's real damage.
It's my one regret from Monday is that question in some regard. Lane, you spent several minutes talking about Texas A&M a few weeks ago. I'm just kind of curious, why have you been so quiet on your own campaigning for your team as it relates to the college football playoff?
Yeah, I don't know that I in a world where he's considering staying, which would include coaching in the playoffs, I don't know why you wouldn't be fighting for your team's playoff standing. In a world where you're thinking about staying, you would you would be fighting for Keiwan Lacey to get to New York. In a world where you were thinking about staying, you would be really arguing for your program getting more respect than it's getting. You would be pointing out that some of the scheduling things were out of your control, that you played the schedule that you played, that you went to Oklahoma and won. If you were really considering staying, it's just why I keep coming back to he's not really considering staying because he's doing none of these things. But he'll tweet out a picture of his dog, which is
Mm-hmm.
fine. A lot of people tweet out pictures of their dogs. So this is not a criticism of Lane. But there's no effort on his part whatsoever in any public way to fight for this team's playoff standing.
No,
And so,
you're right.
in absence of that, I can't help but reach one conclusion. And so, when people go, "Well, what do you think about others?" I mean, I don't. Maybe they know something I don't know, but that doesn't change the reality of if that's the case, then what in the hell are you doing? Whereas the people in the room going, "Hey, man, this is probably not the greatest media campaign ever. In fact, it might be the worst."
Yes.
And
Um,
so, I don't know this. I don't know that I understand it honestly, because I like to think of myself as a fairly logical, pragmatic person, and there's no logic in what's going on right now. If you're keeping open the possibility that he decides to stay, if you're saying he's gone and Friday afternoon at about 3 something, when he walks out of that stadium, that's the last time he ever thinks of himself as the Ole Miss coach, fair enough. But
yeah.
if the argument is there's a world where he decides to stay, what has happened over the last several weeks is insane. It is insane. And when people go, well, I mean, he has the right to explore, you're like, oh, absolutely he does. But if you're thinking about the possibility that you stay, you
You
absolutely want to
protect
keep
that.
you
Yes.
keep one foot in the door.
Yeah.
And I don't, this is, it's weird. I'm just going to,
It's the
it's
biggest
bizarre.
part of this. No, it's the biggest part of this is that he has failed in his public representation as the leader of this football program. Period.
Yes.
That is what's happened. And Will makes a good point here. Pull it up. Thanks for the Venmo. Appreciate you. put it on the screen here. Why does everyone keep bringing up the Florida quarterback that kept Florida State out of the playoffs? Completely different situation. No one understands it. Yeah, the coach and the quarterback are not the same deal. Like it's what's driving me insane about this entire metric is you take one little metric, one piece of one metric, and go that supersedes all else. Nope, nope, nope. Just drop over. It's like you minimize head to head and maximize coach leading potentially. Whoa, hold on a minute. Like that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, well, and well, they haven't done it yet. They
No,
haven't
I
done
know.
it yet.
Just in promotion.
But
Sure.
they're hinting at it, and the media is asking these questions, and it's like, okay, but and let's be clear. Florida State was a team that, I mean, Jordan Travis was terrific that year. He broke his leg late in the season, and after that, their offense was a garbage fire. So there was I guess if you want to put any stock in what Juracek said, they had a metric they could look at. They had a data point they could look at. This is what Florida State looks like without Jordan Travis.
Yes.
There's no way, at least to this point. I mean, I guess something could happen in the next. What time is it there? It's 8:58, so 50 hours that would change this. I mean, I guess there's a world where we get a data point on Friday, but assuming Lane Kiffin coaches the Egg Bowl and Ole Miss wins it, you have no data point to look at. And so if the rule is you need a data point, well, you won't have one unless Ole Miss goes to the SEC championship game and Lane doesn't coach it. And again, I'm not minimizing his impact on a football game. He clearly is an elite coach, an elite offensive coach, one of the game's greatest play callers. He sees things in real time. We've talked about all those things. All of those things are real. But with all due respect, they do have other people that coach on offense. And it is still the same players. It's still assumedly, it's the same offensive line, I guess. Quarterback, running backs, receivers. You're running the same plays. I don't know. I'm kind of frustrated for the fans a little bit, and I'm frustrated for some of the players because I know some of the players are frustrated with what's going on. This should not be. This just shouldn't be the storyline 50 hours before your rivalry game where you are going to, if you win, absolutely clinch your program's first appearance in the playoffs. I mean, it just should not be the story. It just the fact that it is to the extent that it is somewhat disrespectful on a lot of people's parts. And we've had people on our board saying, "Why don't y'all write more stories about these?" And you know what? It's a great idea. We have no access to those people. They've completely shut everything down.
And yeah, we only got the quarterback the other day.
That's Lane. We got Trinidad Chambliss and TJ Dottery on Monday for Egg Bowl week. It's never been like that before. I mean, that's all we got. So you can write a bunch of analytical pieces about the game or whatnot, but there's no quotes or anything to build. There's no stories to tell. And so you're left to just talk about what the players tweet, and what the players tweet appear to be tweets that have been written up for them to publish on their account, which means that they're being pressured internally to tweet those things.
Couple things here. I'm gonna answer this question, then I'm gonna go to break, come back. I'll hit some of these other super chats that we've gotten. Why do you think Brett McMurphy and Chris Lowe both predicted Lane Kiffin to stay this morning?
I don't know.
Because
I'm being as genuine as I can be here, because if Lane stays, I'm sure that I've done some damage to my standing in that building. If Lane stays, I'm sure I have done some damage to my ability to get exclusives or what. Only thing I know how to do. I mean, there's no way for me to look at this and do anything but criticize the way it's been handled. And I know I'm not alone in thinking that. I've talked to more Ole Miss people this week, Chase, than I've probably talked to all season combined. There are a lot of people who very privately, strongly agree with me on this.
And as a list of analysts around the country and have been predicting where Lane is going to end up. He's not saying anything. It's literally just a group of names with a team beside it, and McMurphy and Lowe both are saying Ole Miss. I mean, it feels like a smokescreen, but I have no idea. I have no clue at all. That's just first blush as I look at the list.
I mean,
Again,
look,
because
I
as
don't
Neil said, we're
know.
going in circles. If Chris Lowe knows he's staying at Ole Miss and it's true, again, then Lane, what the hell are you doing? Like
Yeah, no, it's we're yeah. What are you doing? I mean,
because I
and I don't
also
know.
don't believe Lane doesn't know. I cannot buy that at all. That he does not know the decision. I can't. Again, could have an emotional change.
No, he's
Chris
not.
is not saying anything, guys. It's literally a list with a name beside it. There's no paragraph. There's no nothing. It's a name.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, my if you ask for my gut reaction to it is it's leverage with somebody. I mean, I don't know Pete Nakos. I've never met him. I don't know him. Um, he hinted at maybe something coming out Friday morning. I don't know whether that's reporting on his part or I didn't see the context of it. I don't have access to On3, thank God, and I haven't read it. I just know what he supposedly said about there might be some announcement on Friday morning.
Barring
If
Lane
you
coming into Keith's office and saying, "Here's a signed contract," Ole Miss is not releasing anything before Friday. Nothing.
Well, and here's the thing, Chase. Today's Wednesday. If you know you're going to announce something on Friday, you know it on Wednesday.
Yes.
And so that would, I think, I'll just be honest, I think that would have a hard time not leaking out because there would have to be, Ole Miss isn't announcing anything without an actual signature, I would guess.
Correct.
And so attorneys would be involved in all of that. And if Ole Miss felt so strongly that Lane was about to do that, I don't know that Ole Miss would be as active as Ole Miss has been with other people in the coaching search world at this point here
Yeah.
on the day before Thanksgiving. Just to
In
be
real
honest,
time. Yes.
and then I refuse to bring there's there are bridges too far for me that I won't go. But if I didn't hold myself to that standard, there's also something that I heard yesterday that would steer me in a different direction. But look, I don't I don't know why Chris and Brett would predict that. I don't know. It's antithetical to everything that has happened. But and I'm also tired of Lane's different. You have to consider. I'm tired of that. I mean, two arms, two legs. I mean, give me a break. I mean, this.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you don't do your job. Like, I mean, come on. So,
I mean, there's. And I think there's a large percentage of the fan base that would just completely, immediately forgive and buy in
yeah, I mean, I told you.
until it happens again.
News cycle and wins. I mean,
Yeah.
that doesn't change. So,
But I mean, but again, if you're thinking of staying, if you're even thinking of it, you don't do 90% of the things that have happened over the last 3 weeks.
yeah. All right, be back in a second. First, as your home and auto insurance keep going up, let the folks at the firm, Proud Liberty Mutual and Safeco Insurance Agency Partner, take a look. Founded by Ole Miss alum Brian Hayden, they service the entire Southeastern Conference. Let their team of licensed professionals review your insurance needs, put together coverages to protect you and your family without breaking the bank. Schedule a consultation by calling 662-236-1101 or emailing staff at thefirmsouth.com. That's 662-236-1101, staff at thefirmsouth.com.
We're brought to you by the College Corner. I think the state game is the Egg Bowl's a powder game. I think that's
It
right.
is a powder game. That is correct.
So look at me getting the colors right here in week 12. Good for me. They've got plenty of polos, tees, quarter zips, hoodies, all the brands you know and love: Nike, Horn Legend, Champion, Antigua. They've got 3 locations you can go to between now and Friday. You can go to Oxford, off of Sisk, right there next to the secret Chipotle and the secret Chick-fil-A. Right over there, you can get in and out. A lot of square footage. Or you can go to the 2 locations in the Jackson area. You can go to Ridgeland and go to the one by Fleet Feet. You can go to the one in Flowood. It's right next to the Half Shell. And you can order online, collegecornerstore.com. We're also sponsored by Kaiser Flooring. Kaiser did the floors in our house back in, I guess that was August. They look fantastic. Still love them. Every time I walk up there, I think, man, it looks so much better up here than it did when all the carpet was gross after raising 3 kids and dogs and all sorts of other stuff over the course of 15, 16 years. As certified installers, Kaiser's proud to offer a wide range of options, including heated tile. In fact, they even build showers, offering a lifetime warranty against leaking. So wherever you stand in your home, stand confidently thanks to the specialists at Kaiser Flooring. Visit Kaiser Flooring in Oxford or Batesville or check them out online at kaiserflooring.com. Sometimes, Chase, when I talk about all of this and I think about what might be coming on Saturday or Sunday or Monday, no matter what, I think, you know what I really want? I just want to get away and open a cold Coors Banquet beer. I just want to sit down with a cold Coors Banquet beer and reflect on nothing. Just enjoy a beer that's been brewed in the same tradition of a 150-year-old recipe. Banquet is crafted with 100% Rocky Mountain water. I'm going to fly over Denver at some point tomorrow about this time, and I'm going to look down at the Rocky Mountains, and all I'm going to think about is Coors beer. Like, that's where it happens. That's where the magic happens. And you can have some of that magic yourself, because when you're enjoying a banquet, you're drinking history. Coors beer. We're also brought to you by Argent Wealth. Argent, based in Ridgeland, Mississippi. They've got clients in more than 20 states. They provide detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and much more. At Argent, investing is treated like a commodity and decisions are made using objective information and research, not emotions. So regardless of your level of wealth, Argent will sit down with you, listen to your goals, study your expenses, and put forth a comprehensive, detailed financial and retirement plan built just for you. It's myargentwealth.com.
Podcast also brought to you by NewAlbanyPharmacy.com, New Albany Pharmacy and Solutions, 140 Fairfield Drive. You contact them 662-539-7777. Family-owned pharmacy with excellent service, wide range of gifts for all ages, home decor, jewelry, and more. Heard about them from MPW Digital. Get 15% off any non-medical purchase. Got some new cooking tallow in, great for stocking stuffers and more. So if you're in Union County and New Albany area, again, 140 Fairfield Drive, 662-539-7777. Yeah, I don't have an answer here, guys. I mean, it could go either way. I mean, I know, I understand the people that want Lane to stay. I know you're going, Chris is the most connected person to Lane, so this means he's staying. I can't argue that. I have no idea, but I am also skeptical of just the way Chris has acted in this in the last how many ever days. So I don't know. I have no clue. That's all I got. Let's see. Let's shift for a minute because, frankly, I need a break from talking about it for a second. By the way, I did exchange questions with the Bulldogs 24/7 site this morning. We'll have that content up and actually talk about the football game for the most part. Probably tomorrow when we do that. A lot of talk about how State would potentially be in this game, and I think they have to take advantage of Ole Miss secondary bust on Friday because Ole Miss does typically give some seams in the middle of the field, miss some assignments, those kind of things. So that will be a key from that piece. But let's move for a second. Basketball, you are in Palm Desert, Palm Springs,
Yes.
74-69 Iowa over Ole Miss. Last night, Rebels shoot 47% from the field, 35% from three, 85% from the stripe, get out rebounded by one, get beat up on the offensive boards a little bit. Uh, Ole Miss had a 53-52 or 54-53 lead with about 6.5 to go, and then Iowa sort of controlled things from that point. I guess I'll just open it up there. Take me through last night a little bit.
I mean, the big thing was Bennett Sturts, the point guard for Iowa, who's I had looked at and I can't remember where it was. It may have just been like Bleacher Report or something. I don't know, but they had done a NBA mock, and they had Sturts going in the lottery. 6'4" guard, smart player, really sees the floor, has a really good stroke, really good step back, passes the ball well. They really couldn't control him. He went, I think, 6 for 8 from three. That was the killer for Ole Miss. I mean, they were basically hunting for two different things for him. Everything was about getting him on a mismatch. They would, when Ole Miss tried Travis Perry on him, they sensed mouse in the house and took advantage of him being small, and he just went over him. And then when they switched, Ole Miss switches 1 through 5, and when they switched to a big on him, he was too athletic, and that's where he went to his step back, and he was able to create space and get an open look, and he just made his shots. 3 times in the second half, Iowa built a 6-point lead, and 2 times Ole Miss, closed it, tied it, and then once took the lead on free throws by Klafke, I believe. And then, the third time they went on the run, and Ole Miss didn't have time to answer it. It was a really good game. It's not going to hurt Ole Miss at all. It's an eye opener for them a little bit. The 13 turnovers in a game like that, where you play a team like Iowa that's not going to turn the ball over, you can't turn it over, and Ole Miss did. They started the game just awfully. It was bad at the beginning. I think 4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes, 5 or 6 in the first 6 or 7. You just can't do that. Gave up way too many offensive rebounds early in the game. Let Iowa stay in it, because early Ole Miss had Keza Jiffa on Sturts, and he was pretty effective, but took Iowa a few minutes to kind of figure it out. And then once he made his first shot, you could tell their body language changed a little bit. And it's just a really good game. 2 elite coaches, man. It was high level basketball. That again, that game's not going to hurt Ole Miss at all. It's going to help them down the road. Iowa's an NCAA tournament team. That's a second weekend team if I've ever seen one. And Ole Miss can be too. One thing you could see was, and you could see this at the first part of the Grand Canyon Utah game last night. You can tell which teams have been together a little bit and which teams haven't. And even though this is a first-year coach at Iowa, this is a group of kids that have been together a good bit, and they had more chemistry. Ole Miss is still figuring it out with Cameron on the ball, off the ball. I think they have a wing, not issue, but decision that they kind of have to make. They're playing kind of 3 people at one spot, trying to figure out what works, and nobody's really separating. And Chris basically admitted last night that's not ideal, whether it's Travis Perry or whether it's Patton Pinkins or Eduardo Klafke. They really kind of need someone to step up in that spot and be the guy. I think they need another shooter. And if Perry's not making shots, he's a liability, period. Klafke can at least give you defense. I thought Klafke did a pretty good job on Sturts last night. And then I don't know if you got a chance to watch it. I thought Klafke did a really, really solid job on Sturts most of the game. He played about 20 minutes, 21 minutes. They didn't play Patton Pinkins a whole lot. Let's see, he played 7 minutes and 31 seconds.
Yeah.
He did give him 5 points, committed a foul, had a plus-minus of +3. Perry played 10:33, had a plus-minus of -4. Klafke played 20 minutes, 28 seconds, had a plus-minus of -6. But here's the killer. Here's the deal. If Ole Miss is going to be a team that makes a deep run in the tournament, 3 guys have to play well. AJ Storr has to play well, and he did last night. I thought AJ was really good. Played a little over 31 minutes, had 22 points, 6 boards, 2 assists. Did turn it over twice, but I thought AJ played a really good game. They've got to get a big game from Cameron. He played 38 and a half minutes last night, 12 points, had a board, had 4 assists, but he had 5 turnovers. He can't commit 5 turnovers. And then, AJ's plus-minus was -2. Cameron was -4. This was the killer, though. Malik Dia played 16 minutes, 15 seconds. He had 2 points, 2 boards, an assist, turned it over twice, and had a plus minus of minus 13. Basically didn't play in the second half. It's chronicled, if you follow this team, that they've challenged him a lot to be a more consistent player, to be a more assertive player. He didn't answer that bell last night. And if this team's going to be a really good team and win high level games against teams like Iowa, who is absolutely a high level team, if they're going to do that, he's got to be there. Otherwise, other people are going to have to really step up, and you start asking a lot of them. I mean, James Scott was good last night, 6 points, 8 boards. Augusto Cassia was solid, 2 points, 2 boards, but he committed some fouls. He was struggling with putting people on the line. Corey Chest only played 7.5 minutes. I mean, this team's not going to be a second weekend or deeper team unless Malik Dia steps up. Period. And
Yeah.
I think everybody knows it. And so,
And Beard's been pressing him on that since the preseason. I mean, that's been a focus. So
yeah, I think everyone knows it. It's not a secret. And tonight will be interesting. And then, they've got Miami next week, and they've got St. John's in New York next week. So I mean, the schedule doesn't ease up. They get Utah tonight. Utah's a good team. So this isn't complicated. Still, it has the makings of a really good team, but the leaders of this team have to step up and play. And last night, Malik just didn't do it.
yeah.
And Bennett Starks did, right? I mean, Iowa knows for them to win, Bennett Starks has to play well, and Bennett Starks was terrific last night.
Couple Venmos. Appreciate you guys. Eric, they missed the playoffs. Doesn't have to regret or answer the questions about bailing on a playoff team, or if they get a bad seed, they're more likely to lose. He can say, "I told you so." I mean, look, anything's on the table at this point. I don't anticipate. I mean, if Lane's leaving, he's not going to answer any questions about any of this because he's gone. You don't. That's not the way it works. And then Joseph, why are we allowing Lane to ruin the biggest season of my lifetime? We don't get an answer after the game. Then what? How long can this drag on? No, Ole Miss is going to take the answer out of his hands by the end of the weekend. I do not believe that this drags on. I just don't. If I'm wrong, then I'll eat it. But that is what I believe. So
And so the fact
as
that,
time goes on,
yeah, I mean, the fact that it's, I'll be honest, I'm a little frustrated for our field right now, Chase. I'm a little frustrated for that people are not being logical here. And when you allow yourself to basically be a mouthpiece, I'm not talking about anybody in particular. I'm really not. Some people are just cheering, I think, hoping. I'm just looking at it objectively. This doesn't make sense to me.
right?
You and I have had this conversation so many times that I'm sure you probably could. I could probably go to sleep right now and you could pretend to be me and get it down to the word. Because I have people that push back on me, and I'm frustrated at the pushback. I'm not cheering for the guy to leave. Frankly, I don't care at this point whether he leaves or stays. I don't know how you justify the argument that you think he's staying when you see the actions that have occurred over the course of weeks now. I mean, since the post game after Ole Miss defeated Florida, there has not been one single thing that has happened to support the argument that you think he's going to stay. Nothing. Literally, think about it. Not one thing.
I know.
Starting with the moment that he took the podium or the lectern or whatever. You're better at that than I am. Whatever he was that he took post game.
The lectern. Yep.
Lectern. Since the moment that he opened his mouth after that game, nothing has happened. So we're talking about 11, 12 days where literally nothing has happened at all to support the argument that he's planning to stay.
Yeah. And it's the problem we're talking about from, go ahead.
At a time when The signing period starts 1 week from today. There's a 3-day signing period next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. This would be a really good time if you were staying. Last week would have been a really good time to try to work out some preemptive collective things with players. Because right now, I mean, I saw where DJ Durkin said it at Auburn, the tampering portal has never been hotter than it is right now. So your players are being tampered with. This would have been a time for you to lock down some of your guys so that you could go into the transfer portal sort of knowing, hey, what do we have to work with? What do we need? Where are our needs? Where are our weaknesses moving forward? You could have done that last week. There's no evidence that that was done. In fact, there's evidence that it wasn't done. It just, again, I'm being pragmatic, and the only thing people come back with was, well, he's not pragmatic. Okay, I just struggle with that, man. I to be honest, I have a difficult time with that line of thinking and that line of rationale. It just doesn't really jive, honestly. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And again, I mean, I told you yesterday, if Lane Kiffin announced on Friday that he's staying, I mean, my question would literally be, why did you do all this?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like, what was this for?
Mm-hmm.
What was achieved? And that's really the best question. At the end of all this, let's say he stays. What did all of this achieve? And I'll scream at the 4D chess people. I swear, I can't do the 4D chess thing. It's ridiculous. It's stupid, and it makes literally there's no way to make that argument. So what would have been achieved?
Yeah, I know.
The answer is nothing. Nothing.
We'll take our last break, tell you about Chicory Market, chicorymarket.com. Time to head on in, get the best produce, get a lot of organic options, get just a ton of variety, condiments, foods, drinks. Thanksgiving here tomorrow. So look, go in, feed your family the best. And in Oxford, that is Chicory Market, chicorymarket.com. Great time to pick up some charcuterie, some grazing trays, maybe some crudité, some desserts, other things from Johnson Hill Creamery while you're in there. They got great vendors, including Johnson Hill Creamery. So North Lamar Midtown Shopping Center right here in Oxford. And also remember they're doing a New Year's Eve supper club. Those were incredibly successful during football season. Heath Johnson and his crew. So they're doing one for New Year's Eve as well. So again, see all options. Stop in or chicorymarket.com.
We're brought to you by John Edwards, Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis. John's part of Virtuoso. It's a worldwide network of travel partners that allows him to supply his clients with added values, unique benefits simply not available to other travelers. Listen, if you want to make a trip that creates a lifetime of unique memories, get in touch with John. Give him some parameters, give him a budget, and know this, you don't have to live anywhere near Memphis to take advantage of his services. 901-494-3387 or send him an email, jedwards@regencytravel.net. Get the beautiful, healthy smile you deserve at Corinth Dental. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative, state-of-the-art procedures that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. From routine checkups to advanced treatment, including implants and Invisalign, Corinth Dental is here to help you achieve your smile goals. Schedule your appointment today. Take the first step toward a better version of yourself. It's corinthdental.com. And we're brought to you by Art Hayes, Sotheby's International Realty. He sponsors my mailbag, which I published yesterday. If you're thinking of making a move, put the power of Sotheby's to work for you. As a licensed agent with Sotheby's and a supporter of all things Ole Miss, Art can help you buy or sell in your hometown or anywhere in the world at no charge to you. Seriously. So call and ask Art how. 612-805-5929 or email Art at arthur.hayes@lakesmn.com.
I guess it's brought to you by G&M Pharmacy, 662-236-2222. They deliver locally in the Oxford area and offer medicine. For your prescription the same time each month, take care of you. One trip to the pharmacy, one delivery. You have everything you need when you need it from G&M. So again, that is 662-236-2222. I meant to look at Utah real quick. What's their deal for the season? I'm pulling it up now.
I haven't dug into them yet. I was going to look them up a little bit today.
You sound like the coach. He goes, yeah, I don't know. I hadn't quite got to the film. We'll go over that tomorrow. Meet with the team.
Yeah,
Get there.
it's
They lost
about right.
68-58. They are 5-2 on the
Man,
season.
Grand Canyon had 3,000 people at that game last night.
Did they really?
Yeah, tons of them. That was tons of their students brought their whole
They're in
band,
they're
the
in
whole deal.
Phoenix,
I think
right?
so. Yeah, Phoenix is about 250 miles from here.
It's where Jacob Wilson played college baseball. Son of Jack Wilson.
Oh yeah, the
Really big
Pirate
prospect
shortstop.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. hmm Utah has lost 2 games in a row. They started the year with a win over San Jose State, Weber State, Holy Cross, Sam Houston, Purdue Fort Wayne, and then they have a 92-85 loss at home to Cal Poly and a 68-58 loss to Grand Canyon. They play
Ah.
the Mississippi State Bulldogs also on December the 13th.
Oh, we could whole tour of the Magnolia State.
Good.
Where's that game in Starkville?
It says versus, so I guess
Oh,
in
well,
Utah
neutral
or at a
site.
neutral site. I don't know.
Okay.
No clue. Yeah, that's all I got. Super chats, real quick. Are there still tickets available? Not to my knowledge, at least not with me playing middleman. I do appreciate everybody, but I am moving on from that venture as of yesterday. So thanks. And then Bilbo, thank you. Says say Ole Miss wins and Lane leaves is left out. Could we have some lawsuit? Nope, no lawsuits. Nothing you can do in that realm. There is no way to prove lost revenue or
And
anything
that's
in
not gonna and that's not
that
gonna
regard.
happen. That's not gonna happen.
You're not left out at 11-1, no matter what. Stop.
No, and Ole Miss is gonna get public next week. You can sort of feel it. This is Chase is better sourced on this than I am, but over the course of yesterday, I started getting a little sourced on this. They're gonna this ends soon.
UConn, Jim Mora Jr. headed to Colorado State. Little coaching
Is
change
he?
yesterday. Then,
He did
yeah,
a
he
really
is.
good job at UConn.
He did. Eric Morris, the new coach at OSU,
Solid hire
Oklahoma
for them.
State University.
Solid
Good hire for them.
solid hire.
Solid.
Yeah, no, he's good.
Arkansas is expected to make a hire here soon.
The rumor is Sunday.
Okay. It's Kane or who?
I think it's Kane or Ryan Silverfield.
Okay.
I mean, they continue to talk about Matt Campbell, but it feels like we've been down this road with
Somebody
Matt
this
Campbell
morning,
before.
and I don't remember. I'm mad at myself because some other name was mentioned in that race to me, and I just don't even remember now. I was not paying that much attention.
Yeah,
So,
I'm not particularly I'm not particularly objective on that one because I want Kane to get it because I
yeah.
like Kane. So I don't know. I mean, again, I'm not the biggest Juracek fan, so I don't know that I think that he's gonna not mess it up.
Have you been following this Virginia coach situation as we get ready to close?
I oh, you mean the guy that's missing?
Yeah.
Laura sent me something about that. I think she's following it. You need to get her on the podcast, and I think she could fill you in. I have not kept up other than what my wife has sent me.
Well, it started out with a lot of sympathy, find him, that kind of response on social media that is normal when someone is missing. And now, reading from ESPN, a Virginia high school football coach who disappeared days before his undefeated team's playoff game is being sought on charges of possessing child sexual abuse material and using a computer to solicit a minor, Virginia State Police said on Tuesday. Warrants
Wow.
obtained Monday for 5 counts of each charge, with more charges pending.
So
Did
he's on
not
the
share
run.
details. That's what it appears. It's been missing since Thursday when
Mm.
members of the Bureau of Crime Investigation were sent to his house to talk to him. Yes. They were using drones, dogs, and rescue teams. So, mhm.
Drones, dogs, and rescue teams. That's never a good combination.
No, and I mean it's just it's sickening on every level. I mean the
Yeah,
I got nothing. I mean I'm not gonna
yeah.
speak on it, but
God,
and it's always like it's just I mean, and I obviously don't know this guy, but I mean just a complete shock. I mean I remember back in whatever year it was when the Rob Francis thing happened, the former Ole Miss baseball assistant coach.
yeah.
Um, anyway, yeah, okay. All right, I need a cleansing. I need to get off that with something else before we get out of here. Oh, we haven't talked about NFL a little bit, a lot. It's kind of been overshadowed, but that's fine. We'll
They're
get
still
into it.
playing.
Yeah, apparently there's games and stuff,
How
uniforms
did
and
they do it
everything.
without Lane Kiffin?
I know it's nuts. Well, foreshadowing for a content item tomorrow. We got a couple things coming tomorrow on the site. Rebels 24/7
Yep.
did have an update this morning. I expect again a hot board shake up a little bit. Shake up's too strong, but some hopefully additions, some deletions for sure. We try to hone
A
in on this thing
cleanup.
as we move forward. A cleanup. There we go. Cleanup.
Yeah,
We're just going to mop and dust a little bit, and
yeah.
we'll get it nice and tidy for the holiday season. Ole Miss tonight against Utah. Neil hopefully back and a good time tomorrow on Thanksgiving Day. And then Friday, watch party. We are doing it with MPW Digital and Realtree. Appreciate those guys. I don't know who's with me because Siski is going to do the post game, but he's not doing the end game. And I think Jeffrey has some obligations as well. So we'll figure it out, but we're going to hang out no matter what that looks like. So we'll watch the Rebels and the Bulldogs. Yes, Mr. McCready.
We will do a McCready and Siski today. I don't have recording equipment. Tyler doesn't either. If you want to see it, it's going to be on YouTube. If you want
I
to
can
hear it,
pull it. It'll just take a little while. I can put it
okay.
up, but it's not going to be immediate.
Yeah.
But yes,
Okay.
you're correct. So just yeah, I will do my best. I didn't realize that was the case the other day, so we'll figure it out. Yeah, I'm going to holler at Brian. I hope he's around. So we'll see if he's available for this. But we'll do something. We'll be with you. We'll figure it out. And we'll watch the Rebels and the Bulldogs 11 a.m. and then go from there with the post-game show and Lane's post-game press conference and all the hoopla surrounding that as well. So appreciate you guys as always. We will talk to you again soon. Hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. Rebels 24/7. Let's catch up. Let's talk in the meantime, and we will see you then.